Hey folks at I Love Halloween, this is Joe. I'm the head video dude and all-around creeper here, and I'm working at home today from the Gallery Macabre and all my fun horror collectibles all over the place. And today I wanted to share with you something that I think is super fun. It was very important to my development, which is Freddy Krueger. So, like Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my favorite horror movie series of all time, and I wanted to share with you a little video I made called Top 5 Freddy's Nightmares. Ooh. So the first nightmare that we have is from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warrior, and it is Philip's death. Now, I always, a lot of the things that scare us the most are the things that we most relate to or the things that we most fear. I've always had a thing about, sliced wrists and sliced, veins and stuff like that. And so Philip's death, the poor puppeteer, was, that was the one that always gave me the heebie-jeebies when I was a kid. I still adore it to this day, so check it out here.
Fella, wake up. Have a nice stroll, asshole.
What are you doing? Hey, come on, man! What are you crazy? Oh shit! What's he doing? Get help! Get help! Philip!
Joey! What's the matter?
Don't do it! Philip! God, stop!
Pretty gruesome, wasn't it? So the second one that I have for you guys is the death of Ron Grady from Part 2. Now, Part 2 is sort of, gone from the least liked in the series to one of the more interesting ones because of a lot of its homoerotic subtext. And I think you can kind of see one of the sort of defining scenes is Jesse, who's often seen as repressing his sexuality, and making it nightmarish in the form of Freddy, comes out for his best friend / love interest, Ron, and it's just one of the most visceral and eerie scenes, so it's just great. Just let's watch it, shall we?
Run! Run! What is it? Dad! Dad! Run! Open your door! Run, you all right? Run! It's your father! Open this door! No! 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 Run! Run! Open it up! Run!
Ooh, how horrifying. Anyway, my next personal favorite comes from the original Nightmare on Elm Street film, and it's the death of Glenn. Johnny Depp's breakout performance, an all-around guy who had one freaking job, and that was to stay awake. Anyway, this is one of the most eerie and evocative nightmares I've ever seen in these films, and I just adore it to death. So let's watch. Oh, let's do. Oh, they're going to need a lot to clean that room out. So the next one that I want to show is Debbie's death from part 4, which tends to get kind of a bad rap because it's where it made Freddy really kind of super goofy. But this nightmare is horrifying, especially if you're afraid of bugs. A lot of the special effects, this is interesting. There was a big a Japanese special effects artist and all-around rocker eccentric named Screaming Mad George who did this transformation scene, and it's very Japanese body horror, and it's just like nothing else in the series. So, get ready to go somewhere where you can check in, but you can't check out.
I don't believe in you.
I believe in you. No pain, no gain.
He's going after Debbie. I gotta stop him.
You know, I get the weirdest feeling we've done this before.
I'm driving. Oh my God. We're both asleep. He's got us going in circles. We gotta go.
You can check in, but you can't check out.
Ew, squish! Anyway, so the next one that we've got is part 4, Sheila's death. And as a nerd, I've always, loved my fellow nerd characters, especially, the obvious underdogs in these movies. And it builds off something we already know about her, which is that she's really asthmatic, so it's like a death people would understand. And finally, it shows that kind of creepy, sexualized element to Freddy Krueger, which is, that there's a sexual predator element to him. And it makes for a really eerie collection, mix. So let's watch this one.
All right, you've got 40 minutes. So good luck and go for it.
Wanna suck the face?
No. Sheila!
that Freddy. He'll take your breath away. Anyway, so we're going to go to our final nightmare, which is Jennifer's in part 3, which is my favorite of the series. I think it's the most, like, tightly plotted, and it's also where Freddy's, like, he's got a sense of humor, but it's cruel and it's mean. And I think the kind of nightmare imagery and the suddenness of this make this, I think, not only my favorite, but it's a pretty big fan favorite as well. So, let's enjoy this final nightmare.
Hun, I kind of figured you'd watch me bowl tonight. We're defending the championship, you know. Oh,
Maybe we'll come by later. Don't suppose anybody would like some dessert before they leave? No, thanks, Mom.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Helen, have you, talked to her about the way things are?
Years ago.
Years? What do I want to see an old barn for?
Come on. It's
April.
You like Clarky's back, don't you?
Silly thing to ask you, but how many of what did they have to kill?
Don't say that because I love animals and I have 3 animal shelters. I bought it already red with black in it, so I didn't know what it was.
Probably from an artificial bird. Did you ever go to any kind of acting school?
Not in the beginning. I started on a talk show, you know.
But when a young actress says, how do you succeed in this business, you don't always say you have to study.
I think you should study. Study, work, and then maybe you can make it.
Can I ask you something?
Certainly.
Who in the fuck what you think? This is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Alright folks, that's all the nightmares we have for you today. Keep an eye on this space. I'll be posting up new stuff as I am wont to do because they keep paying me to do it. So otherwise, enjoy your horror movies out there and pleasant screams.